Okay, so you should know. So this is how the bug said, right? Do you get it? So this was the issue that I was not able to open this window. I have to close it, restart it, and then again. So these are the issues you face in a normally. So you may not able to find out in testing environment. Okay, so that's your job. That's how you need to do. Okay. So let's see here. Because of that, I was not even able to, use this website. See this now? It's working. No, before it was not working because that bug was actually controlling the whole system. So that was the issue there. Okay, so here you'll see. Let's say if you want to open a defect. Okay, now here is thing. You just click here. Now my defect is, let's say, I'm worrying about shipping and handling fee is showing as $5. Okay, so what I'll do is I take a screenshot and I put it into Paint. And once you do that, I'll just use this. So what I'll do is I highlight it. Okay, let's see, I'll just highlight this and I'll show that shipping and handling fee is showing as $5. Okay, and I'll just use this. Okay, so this is the defect. Okay, now what we'll do is, once you have taken the screenshot, now go to the defect section and create a defect. See, let's say you talk to your lead saying that, hey, you know what, this is the defect, and your lead told you to open this. So I just write this shipping and handling fee and click on add with details, and I'll just use. Now what project is this? You need to give some information. So GM online, and since I'm creating this, I'll put just my name. Okay, this might not be get accepted, but let's see here. Okay, so even let's see here what we have to do here. So defect state should always be in open status. Okay, it should not be in submitted status. So this is very important. Okay. Okay, this should be always in the open status. Why? Because unless you're opening for future defects. So if you're opening in the future defects or something which is, your lead told you, okay, don't open a defect yet, just put it in, submit it, then you can do that. Okay. Otherwise, you have to be very careful while using this. If you just put a submitted, forget, and let's say you've created defects, not your fault. Okay, you've created, but you didn't change the status to open. Now you submitted to the developer, and the developer doesn't care, of course, because it's been submitted. Why does he care? There's no reason. Now it has been 1 week. Okay, there's no update on this, and Now your boss looks into it. Your boss looks what you're doing, and you get a call. You get a call. Hey, can you stop by at my desk? Now, okay. Now the first very question from your boss is why this defect is in submitted status? Why not in open status? Okay. So you need to answer that. You cannot say like, being inexperienced, you cannot say no, I forgot, I didn't put that. So you cannot say that. Okay, that's really not a valid answer when you're saying that. So defect status should always be in open state, and once it is open, you have to also make sure it's in progress, and you can create it as ready. And this plan estimate and task estimation is really the job of a developer, because they have to figure it out how much time will it take to them to fix this defect. Okay, so normally it's job of a developer. Okay, here is the description. We talk about this, and owner of the defect is always a developer. Okay, owner of the defect is always a developer. And here we have options. Let's see what are the various options here. Okay, environment. So what kind of environment you are working? So we already know there are a lot of environments: dev environment, test, staging, and production. These are the major environments, and in this case we are just putting as test environments. Now, what is the priority and severity? Okay, the priority is, there's two difference between the severity and priority. Severity is what is the impact of the bug. That means what's happening because of the defect. Okay. Okay, so that's called severity. What is the impact of bug because of because of this bug you're not able to proceed with your test cases. So that's called severity. And what is the priority? Priority is how soon it should be fixed. Okay, priority is how soon it should be fixed. Severity is more for a QA point of view, and priority is more for a developer point of view. Okay, so you're telling developer saying that, hey, this should be fixed as quickly as possible. Okay, so that's what this priority and severity means. So normally it goes side by side. If it is, they call it step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay, step 4 is, this is step 1 is step means severity. Okay. So let's go one by one here. So here, this is step 4, this cosmetic issue. So this cosmetic issue can be, as simple as, let's say there's a spelling mistake here. There's a spelling mistake, or the font color is different. Okay, so that kind of things are, that goes under cosmetic defects. Okay, that is very minimal, and that goes with low priority. So priority is low, so that means they don't developer don't care on that one, that important, because developer has other work to do, right? So that goes with the low. Okay, so that's cosmetic. Minor problem is something like, let's say we have opened this defect, right? Shipping and handling. So that's, you can say, is minor problem. Okay, so because of this, it's not necessary your test cases is stopped. You can still proceed with the other test cases. Okay, so this is a minor problem. Shipping and handling fee showing us $5, the minor problem. Okay, and this goes with normal. And you have major problem. Major problem is something, let's take an example. If you're trying to click some button which is supposed to go to the next page, something like this. let's say there are test cases that are there into this website and you're not able to access this website. Now that's a major problem. Why? Because it's stopping all your work. Whatever the test cases were for this URL, for this website, has been all stopped because you cannot proceed with, because you're not showing it, this is showing as error. So that's a major problem. Okay, so in that case you need to put this major problem. So but here, this point of view, this is not really a major problem. This is low priority, cosmetic issue, because the reason being, because this is the image. Normally this image is not supposed to be a URL. It's not like Amazon. Amazon has the URL integrated in the image, but this is not. We know this thing goes nothing. It's just an error. It should be fixed. So it's a low priority. Okay. Now crash and data loss. So this is more for a production issues. Let's say there's a production issues, and you want to Okay, so in that case, you put a crash or data. This is more for production issues, and that goes with high priority. That is resolved immediately. Resolved immediately, high attention. So this will be more, resolved immediately most of the time. And major problem goes with high attention and resolved immediately. Other one. Okay, so that's the difference between the priority and severity. Okay, so in this case, we'll just put as minor problem and normal. And who is submitted it? That's who is the respective owner? Not the owner. The owner of the defect is this here on the right side. Okay, that's the owner of defect. That means this email or this defect actually goes to that particular developer whom you assigned to, and which project it belongs to. Make sure which project you're using it, and which is a user story, and what is the test cases you're linking it. You can also link the test case here. One test cases. So where is it? Okay, and okay, so you can use this tag. If you have tag, you can put in this tag. Online. Okay. That thing, and then you go to here. When is the create? These items are, you see this. These are disabled, but normally it's not necessary. It has to be disabled because this is disabled. The reason because you're opening it now. Right now you're opening. Once you click on save, done. That's really create. At that time, this gets updated. Okay, so that's the reason maybe they have disabled it. Creation date or open date and close date. Okay, so this is our disabled here for now. But they might also have the future date, so they might use it. But for now, this is disabled. And then found in build. Let's say if you know the build, what build is it? And once fixed. Okay, fixed in build is, again, job of a developer. Developer actually, puts it which build has been it is fixed, which one, okay, which release it's going on to it, that will be updated by the developer. Target build, verified, and these are you need to fill by the developer, not by tester. Okay, even these two. Is supposed to fill by the developer. Okay, sometimes they're good. They will reroute your defect to the particular developer. Let's say you have opened a defect, but that defect may not be always related to that particular developer, right? Because you are a tester. There's a lot of developers, and the issue may be in any part. Issue may be in the JavaScript, issue may be in the ETL point of view, issue may be in the UI developer, issue may be in the HTML. So a lot of people are working out there. Okay, So we really don't know who is the exactly person who is responsible for this. So and they're good guys, they will be rerouting your defect to that particular concern, and that will automatically reroute, and the name of the owner changes automatically. They change it for you, but not always that happens. So you need to, again, they will reject the defect and they will just put it as not a defect here, and they'll just reject it. Okay, in that case you need to figure it out who is the right person, talk to your lead, talk to the particular developer who rejected it, what the issue is all about, why it's been, you need to coordinate lots. Okay, and after that, even if it is fixed or if it's going somewhere else, the developer might update any of these. Is it a software limitation? Is it a duplicate effect? A database issue? You're not responsible for this. It's a database change. It has to go to admin, database admin, and they have to change it. So they will put it here. Okay, so not our job really to change this resolution. It's supposed to be changed by the developer, the respective developer. Target date, we know the target date is 22nd. Release notes. So if you have any release notes or if you have any release notes, you can add it yes and put the release notes too. Okay, so it's, this release note is like if when you are putting a new defect and you're updating it, whatever the issue you have fixed it, that's you put the release notes. Okay, so it's actually information about the patches. What are the hard fixes we have made? What are the patches that are applied to this? So all those information is put in the release notes. And FX documentation, if there's any, sometimes it might be a document issue. Okay, sometimes it's not. So the problem is because of this defect, is this affecting documents? If the yes, then you need to put yes. If it's no, then it's no. Okay, that means because of this defect, is the requirements completely changing, or requirements have some issues, or business analyst document did not prepare well, because of that it's showing up these issues. So all this information. Okay, so all this, if it's the effect documentation, then you need to put as yes. Salesforce ID and Salesforce case number. So this is really not required unless you're working as a CRM. Salesforce is normally CRM, so they might have if there is issue, there's automatically regenerated for you this ID. If you're working with Salesforce application too, you can put that ID here. What's the ID and what's the, who is working on it. So that will get updated here, or you need to put manually. Most of the time manually. Okay, and schedule. Schedule. It's iteration. What iteration you're performing it. Expedite. Do you want to expedite? Yes or no? If you have attachment, you can attach it here. If it is notes, you can put your notes. Okay, so let's go back here to the description. Let's write some description here. So we'll just put as okay. So what I'm trying to say is, whenever I'm trying to order large quantity, shipping and handling fee is showing us $5. Now, if you're going to just put just like this, the developer won't understand it. Okay. Okay, they don't understand. So what is this all about? Okay, so what's $5 and what is it? So they will be like, what are you talking about? Okay, so that's the reason why I recommend is put the screenshots. If you put a screenshot, now it's good, because they will understand what they are going to do, and they understand what you are trying to do. Okay, Otherwise, they will ignore it. If they don't understand, they'll ignore it, and that gets into, this will get into your boss, and boss says why it is not fixed, what's the problem, and that's really not a good thing to happen. So what you want to do is, for more information, please. Okay, and we'll just attach it. Okay, so once I do that, so this is, now it's clear. It's clear, right? Now developers looks at it. Okay, so this is what you're talking about. Now they get an idea because they know what the URL is, and they have their own information what they were looking for, and see that they will fix this issue. Okay, so once you do this and click on create, done. Okay, so you have successfully created defect. Okay, so the defect is here. It's assigned a defect ID, so DE412. Okay, and this is a small name. So it's the name of the defect. What's the severity, priority, and what's the state? Is it open, closed, or you can change it here itself. Okay, you can also change all this here itself. Fixed and built. Who is submitted and who is the owner of the defect? Okay, so this is how you open defects. Any questions so far? Okay, so no questions. So let's go to the next topic. Okay, so this is how you open defects. Okay, and here you're not linking anything because you are using this user story, the same user story 167. Okay, and we know which test case you're working on. Okay, so let's say there are a lot of people who are writing it. Okay, if you see this, a lot of people are working on it, and a lot of people are writing these test cases. So what you do is you can link it. Okay, here the way you link it here, show you again on the right side. You see this test case, you can link it here. So let's say it's mine. If it is fine, okay, so here you see this is good. No, it just got linked pretty quick. Okay, so the linking, the reason you have this linking, okay, the reason you have this linking because what are you trying to do? Okay, what are you um, because this will be get reviewed by your lead, and the lead looks into it and sees, okay, which test case did you got, which test case got failed. You want to look at it because all this information here, you see this, all the information is updated here. So who is doing what and who has changed all of these things. You see this, somebody removed the results. So at this time, okay, so now that shows everything here. So here I don't know, remove it. No, there's no name. But real time, you're really getting caught immediately. Okay, there's no reason. Nobody can. Because all this information is getting updated here. Okay, so I added the result here at this time, and somebody removed these results here. So, so don't do that, because you'll get caught immediately, and your name will appear right here. Who is the author? This right there, and they'll catch you immediately. Okay, so don't remove anything just like that. They'll catch you. There's no reason to hide. Okay. Okay. This is how they can track what you're trying to do, and okay. So that's about this defects. Any questions so far in overall in the defects or in? So here, even if you're opening defects, even if you're opening test cases, you have to go to that particular user story. So this is the user story 167. You have a lot of modules here. There's like test cases, task. Okay, so here you write these test cases here. Okay, and the defects here. Okay, so here that's what makes you easy your job, so that you're not trying to. So that means you are trying to do in this user story. Okay, if you want to do it for a different project, you have to go to that particular different project, and you need to open the issues. Or you can still do it from here and change the project name. Okay, let's say if you're using this wheels owner project, you can change the project, and there you can also change the user story. So this automatically gets updated and move. This whole user story, whole defect will move to that particular user story and that particular project. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next topic, reports. So this reports is a little more advanced. Let's say you have okay. So once, let's say you have completed your test cases and you have completed opening defects. Okay. Now this is more responsibility of a senior QA or QA lead. Okay. And once you go here, let's say your boss asks you to generate the reports. Okay. So there are two types of reports. One is a team level report and project level report. Okay. So here, this is a project level report. That shows a lot of reports here: iteration burn down, iteration burn up chart, velocity chart. A lot of things are here. So we'll just pretty much see here. Let's take the defects per card. This is updated here, so we can see this. Okay. So once you select that, this graph shows up. Okay. So this is a graph for the defects. Okay. And once this is shown up, okay, here is the okay, what's this? Clarity. I want to see here defects by the defects clarity. Okay, good. Once you go to here, so this is the report that is generated. So here this is automatically generated for you. Okay, you are not doing anything manually here and generating this report. So all these reports are generated for you. And what you need to do is just view this report and email your boss. Okay. So how you're going to do is, go to the page tools that is located in the upper right corner. Click on that and click on email. You have a lot of options here. Okay, you can print it, email, export as JPEG, export as PDF. Let's email this. Okay. Now let's say you want to email your boss this report, and you can do this right from here. You want to add CC, you can add it. Message, if there are any message, you can add it, attach it email or embed it in your email. Okay. And click on send. Now, this message is queued for the so this is good. Okay, so that now that will be delivered to the email of your boss. Okay, so that's why they said, okay, you know what, just get this report priority and I need to show up to my boss. So then now you send it, and now if you look into it, it will take some time. Okay, good, we got it. So this is how you will get a report to the email. Okay, so this is how you send the reports to your boss. Okay, this is one way of doing it. Okay. Okay, that's how. Or either you can do is you can export as PDF, send it PDF, and send to PDF. You can do that too. Okay, so that is one thing. And let's say these are all reports are based on agile methodology. What are the various methodologies? Okay, based on that, these reports can be generated. But there are instances where you want report customized report. Okay, which is not there here. Okay, there's a customized reports which is not there here, and you can do is add new. You can create a customized report, and you can design your own reports here. Okay, so what kind of data you want to see? Okay, let's say something else. If you want to add one more, we can add that too. And how is broken down? You want to find in the particular environment which is fixed, all those information. Once you can add filters to what filters you don't want this environment, you don't want this state, and then run it. Okay, once you run it, okay, so once you run this, you will generate a new report will be generated. That's a report which is not available here. Okay, this is customization. You customize your own report, okay, based on the data, based on the filter. How do you want to select those data, all those things? Based on that, you can customize your own reports. Does it make sense? Okay, so I mean, this tool helps you out to generate the reports. Okay, so this is a project level report. Let's pretty quick check here once the team level report. Now, since user story is not our job, I'll not talk about that. Our job is test cases. Let's talk about these test cases. Here what you can do is, you want to print report. You see this print report? There's no like email here. There should have been put email. Okay, so this is useful when your boss is looking at your performance of your work. How are you performing it? So that's how they generate reports. Okay, so this is again this report generation. All this is a senior level job. Senior QA or lead. Okay, those of course QA. This is the part of the QA because QA does this work too. Okay, so once this is there, and just click on print. And if you print this, luckily you are in Google Chrome, so you can print this into PDF. Let's say if you want to save this PDF, go to desktop. Spaces. Close this. Let's look into this. Okay, so here your boss gets to know all your performance, how you're doing, what are you doing, and what are you actually trying to achieve here. Okay, so all this information, who is working on it, all this will be viewed. Okay, yeah, once you go here, navigate it. Okay, so how many test cases have you written? All this will be showing up here. What are the test cases? What are you writing? All this will be just emailed to your boss. I mean, this is not even required because though everyone have access to this rally, so really they really don't require anything. They know who are the team members. They know your name. They know since they have interviewed you, they know your skills. What are you going to do? How are you going to do? So they don't want any report on this, but just because they can look right here. What you're trying to do. Who is this guy who is writing this cases? Okay, so all those things they will be looking. So technically this is really not required, but yes, if you want to do this, to submit for audit team or any third party team, this is how you need to do. Okay, so this is team level report. Okay, the similar way you can do for the defects. So yes, not many defects. Let's quickly check. Is okay, good. There are 10 defects here, so this makes good. Now, once you have these many defects, you can go ahead and click here. Oh, okay. Here, so here you don't really have this option to print. You can either print it or I would say export to CSV. Okay, CSV is comma separated value. Okay, and that's an Excel sheet. Normally it's an Excel sheet, and let's see what happens here. Once you export that into an Excel here, if somebody is looking what's going on with the defect and what's happening, okay, you can open that and see this. Okay, here you have all the information here. What's the defect ID? What is how many people are working on it? And what is the priorities given, who is working on it, what is the state. Okay, so once you get this, now this is how they track your work. Okay, this is how they track. Let's say if some defects are fixed and some are fixed, so what they'll do is just take this and this that means the defect is closed and they're no more working on it. So this is normally manual, this is pretty much manual way of doing it. Really, it's not really required. But yeah, some instances where you don't have much choice, you want to do in that situation, you want to use this manual thing. You need to export in CSV file. So this is a CSV file. Once you export it, and this is if you want to make track what's going on, what some people are doing, and send an email, to your boss. Okay, this Excel sheet that this is the defects they are working on. Who is working on it? Who is submitted by? Submitted by will be you, and who is the owner of the defects? Who is working on it? Okay, so this is the way they track you. So how are you doing, and what are you doing in the project? Okay. So this is an option for defect. So really for the even you can do this as PDF too. Just go ahead and click on print and go to detail explanation. Go ahead and use that. This is how you can do it. Okay. But the better way of doing is to just export in CSV file, and you can keep a track on that. So he's doing, so that's something. So this is more for a team level reports. Okay. And the normal reports is for project level reports. How the project is moving. So this is now this actually also is taken care by actually the project manager, the Scrum Master, and they will actually be working on it. Okay. So, but in either way, if you are requested to do it because for some reason you also have to work on this one too. So, but this is more for a lead point of view or senior QA. This reports is handled by a senior QA because um, senior QA also tracks how are you doing and what are you doing in the project, and also they will do their own work too, like opening issues or talking to the developer. Coordination is very important. Okay, if you don't coordinate properly, then there will be a lot of mistakes. Okay, any questions so far? So this is pretty much of rally. Okay, so mostly you can view this. Okay, you can view this as but it mostly will not be, either you may not have access to all this, or you will not be using that much as a QA point of view, because this is more related to Scrum Master. Scrum Master actually use this, and they do all those things. Defects, you can track defects either here. So this is also one way of tracking defects. Okay, let's say you know this defect number. Okay, you can put it here and just click on filter. Or let's say you don't even know the number and you want to figure it out which number is it. Okay, so what you have to do is go to this severity. If you know severity and priority, what is this and what is the state is it? Okay, this will filter it out for you, and once you click on this filter, you get list of defects, and you can figure it out which defect is yours. Okay, so this is used for defect tracking. A lot of defects here. And if you have, we can either way open defect from here too. Okay, just click on this new defect and um, open a defect, but you need to link which user story does it have. So see a user story. So I would not recommend using this unless you are an expert on Rally. Okay, so this will be a little bit more complex than what you are actually doing. Um, but our importance will be on mostly on the user story. What we are working on mostly the user story which you will be working on, and in that particularly you will be writing this test case. So this is pretty neat because of course all the test cases you will be writing against that particular user story. Just you cannot write test cases without a user story or without a requirement, right? There's no reason to. So that's the reason this is included in the user story itself. This is made pretty clear for everyone that test case is always written against the requirement or against, because that's what requirement says. Right? What does the requirement say, and what test cases are you are writing for that particular requirement? Okay, so that's the simplicity of this rally, and but that simplicity is not there in HPL. Okay, HPLM is a little bit complex. We talk about this. Okay, so any questions so far? Let's check. So people who are not getting videos, send an email. Okay, so send an email. Don't ping on the chat because again, see that's the reason I'm saying, right? This gets rejected. Okay, so people are giving some random email ID, not sure, and this is you see this is getting rejected here. Email is not in, so better send an email so that I copy that email, so that will be much more easy because some people have some dot in their email ID or some um, underscore that gets missed when you're sending in chat or sending email. So that's the reason it's better to send an email so that I'll just copy that particular email ID and you can send it. Okay, so don't ping on the chat. So any more questions? Okay, let's quickly check our syllabus. So tomorrow is Friday. So let's see here what we'll discuss for tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll discuss all these documents and we'll complete this SDLC cycle. Okay, and we'll talk about so we'll talk about this bug life cycle and STLC2 by tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll also look into various documents and also we'll see if you have any questions. We can work on that. Okay, if no one has any questions, can we close this class for today? Okay, thank you guys.